it go?
Train wreck.
So my job is to stand up here and give you an evaluation of your speech. And you gave me a lot to evaluate today.
Good.
Yeah. I could stand up here and talk about all the things that we all saw happen up here. And I'm not going to do that because you know what happened on this stage today. You know probably what you would do different next time.
Yep.
You wanted to start over. I understand that. I appreciate where you were at in that moment. So what I want to talk about today, and what I want to encourage us as a group to do in our evaluations, is to take it a step deeper and don't just give the surface, here's what happened, here's what took place, because that's the layup today, right? So taking it a step deeper, what I want to encourage you to do when you're giving a speech is stay present. There's a really important, it's really important to stay present when you're in this space right here, because we really can't predict what's going to happen. And we think we can by writing out a speech, line by line, word by word, rehearsing it, practicing it, memorizing it. And the reality is you're going to show up on a stage or in front of a group and give a speech, and inevitably something's going to happen that you did not predict. So it's, I think, important to equip yourself with techniques when you get into this moment to how do I stay rooted, how do I stay present in giving my speech. And so I was trying to think what maybe would have been helpful in the context of what you were doing today. I think breathing's really important, and particularly when you get lost. You got lost in the context of your speech, and then you got even more lost at some point. And instead of wanting to start over, I think it would have been as effective just to stop, maybe even put your head down and take a deep breath. Because the reality of it is we're all sitting here supporting you in this group. This is an audience, but it's not an audience that doesn't know you and doesn't want you to be successful. So we all were there right with you in that moment. So you easily could have just stopped and just said, okay, I'm going to keep going. The other thing is when you're telling a story, do you know Sean personally? Were you Sean's big brother?
Yeah.
I didn't get that. But I had a feeling that was the case, and I maybe missed it because I was trying to listen but also prepare my evaluation,
Right.
which is difficult. Then you know Sean's story. You know it well because you lived it with him. I think when you're telling a personal story, when you're telling any story and you write it out and you rehearse it that way, you're setting yourself up to potentially forget a piece of it and then feel bad that you forgot a piece of it. Bullet point it. You know the bullet points are the milestones, and use a note to remember the milestones or the points that you want to make in your speech. Because what I appreciate is you needed it to progress because you were trying to get to the call to action. So you needed to tell the duration of the story and not just stand up here and talk about Sean for 7 minutes. So think about bullet pointing. If it's comfortable or it makes sense, write it out. I do this. I write it all out. But then I go to bullet points. And then I go to like 2 points. And say, this is what I really want to accomplish standing up on this stage today. I think maybe doing those 2 things, and maybe you'll figure out what else makes sense for you to help you stay present in the moment up here. I actually really enjoyed your speech today. Thank you.